Hello everybody and welcome to this amazing game of Wizard of Legend. This is a cool new game that just released on May 15th, 2018 for Steam and all console platforms. This was a gem of a game that was given to me by the developers Contingent 99. This video was not sponsored by them, but I wanted to clarify that it was given to me for review. I've never heard of this game before I got this review, and when looking over their trailer, the game looked to be a retro beat 'em up with magic. I got exactly what I expected, but with a bit of roguelite elements mixed in. The game itself is a beautiful mix of fast-paced action strategy. The gameplay is pretty simple but exciting. You're a wizard attending the Chaos Trials. You have a cottage that is available to you as the world hub and acts as a storage for collectible relics, arcana, and cloaks. Once you leave, you'll enter the plaza, which gives you access to the stores in which you'll purchase permanent goods that are then located in the cottage. You set up your wizard's loadout before venturing into a 6-stage, 4-boss battle randomized adventure. The wizard can change his arcana between the 4 different categories of basic attacks, dashes, standard arcana, and signature arcana. You can select from any that you purchased or achieved from boss battles. Then you can also change your cloak that has alternative effects depending on which color you're running. 2 starter cloaks don't come with any bonuses other than fashion, so you won't likely find these benefits until you buy some upgrades. And finally, you have relics. These are items that can be found throughout the stages of the trial, but you can also start with 1 relic in hand. Relics are unlocked through the store at the plaza, and they grant you various bonus effects from additional power, defenses, or various utility upgrades. The best part of all this is that there's local co-op. Invite a friend over and sit down for some crazy action. Heck, if you need to settle a friendly dispute, go ahead and take it to the arena and slap the dickens out of each other. I'm sure one of you might not possibly get pissed. When taking on the trials, you'll see a total of 10 spaces your miniature must travel. You have to battle through 3 different elemental-themed sections, each with 2 stages and a major boss battle. Each stage contains randomly generated rooms, shops, and enemies to combat. On your journey, you'll collect 2 currencies to help you out. Chaos Gems will be used at the marketplace that helps unlock the permanent Arcana relics and cloaks, while gold will be used at the shops within the trial that provide temporary benefits and help improve your character throughout the rest of the journey. Once your journey comes to an end, your gold will be removed and you'll start from 0 on your next attempt. You've beaten the stage when you locate the gravestone, activate it, and defeat the mini-boss behind it. The more enemies you defeat throughout the stage will help reduce the amount of minions that spawn with the boss to make it slightly easier when you clear out the entire stage. Bosses typically have a yellow aura that surrounds them that signify that you cannot stun them. They can take damage, but they will not react to your attacks. Once they are done sending out various attacks, they'll lose this aura for a very brief period of time. You can strike them during this time, in which they'll be stunned, and you can get a large combo out before it returns. Once it returns, they'll continue their assault, and you can, again, damage them. You just cannot make them flinch until the aura goes away. This aura essentially goes away after X amount of combos depending on where you're at in the dungeon. As you progress through the 2 stages, you'll meet up with the lord that controls the element of the section you're in. These sections are strictly the main boss of the region. Defeating these bosses will provide a permanent unlock arcana given at random. These bosses are fast-paced and an absolute blast to battle. The unique setup of how these sections work are very interesting. The stages come in 3 separate tiers based on which level is placed first, second, and third. These tiers adjust how difficult the stage and bosses are so that they scale properly based on how deep in the trial you go. If the Frost Lord is the first section, she'll be at her weakest. Her attacks will be slower, fewer, and she'll be open to your attacks for longer. The beauty of this is that if you are to play against her in a later trial and fight her as the 3rd section, she'll be significantly tougher. She'll fight with upgraded attacks along with new attacks she didn't use while in the 1st section. The same goes for individual stages. The enemies increase in aggressive behavior and some develop attacks you won't see early on. You have to stay aware and adapt as the enemies continue to grow in strength. Once you reach the 10th location, you'll enter the final battle of the trial. Now, I won't spoil it here as the game does a wondrous job of being a challenge. It's not something you'll find really fast. It wasn't a task I achieved on the first playthrough, and each run I've done has been around 30 minutes on average when searching each map for 100% completion, so this is something you can experience on your own if you choose to get the game. The Arcana is probably the biggest draw for this game. As we've covered before, you have 4 types of spells to equip in your loadout. You have your base spell, which is the basic attack that a spell has with no cooldowns. It's easily chained into or out from with the other standard Arcana. Then you have the dash Arcana, which serves as your mobility during combat. It'll help you get in and out of dangerous spots while also providing various effects depending on which Arcana you equip. Then the spell slinging begins with the standard Arcana. These spells have various cooldowns and effects that change how you chain your spells together to create long and powerful combos. Some of these can even be simple buffs to other Arcana or serve as control, while a majority of the other Arcana serve as your primary sources of damage. You have 5 elements to choose from, all in which have their own unique spells and effects, and you won't find any copycats that just deal different elements of damage. Oh no! You'll find unique weaponry, bolts, and styles of attacks that all help you immerse yourself with that type of element you'll be using. Also, yes, each element does deal additional damage to enemies who hold the opposing element, and they also have resistances to certain elements, including the same type. This doesn't require you to have extremely diverse elements. You'll only suffer a damage decrease if you choose to just have one type. If you want to proceed with a single element, you'll find that with enough skill, you can be successful. Although it wouldn't hurt to have a bit of diversity. I personally love to run the water spells, as it is my favorite element. I run a water basic with a water dash and a water standard. But my signature, on the other hand, is a fire base, as I really love the way the fire lariat works. It's just spinning flaming death, you just can't go wrong with it. So then what are signature Arcana? It's essentially the standard Arcana, except you fill the meter under your health bar, and you can use this particular one you assign to be the signature to have a more powerful version of that Arcana. This is not to be confused with Enhanced Arcana, which is just simply an upgraded version of Arcana. So essentially, signature is an upgraded, enhanced version. Tier 3, while enhanced is tier 2. You start off with all standard essentially, and any one of your Arcana can be enhanced, but only one is designated your signature Arcana that gets the bonus effect when the meter is full, and I believe it does start off as an enhanced either way, so the signature one is just the best Arcana that you can have, while you can enhance all your other ones to be slightly better than their base. Unlike MOBAs and other games that are meant to keep you coming back almost endlessly with multiplayer, Wizard of Legend is not going to be that. It's more like a Binding of Isaac, where you come in, play a couple of rounds, and put the game down, while you also slowly unlock things for your save file. This is a fantastic game for what it is, but don't expect it to be the Dead by Daylight that makes you come back for thousands of hours. This might even just get a couple hundred out of you at the best, but still, it is a fun experience for whatever time you do choose to put into it. This game was kickstarted, and they recently announced that they'll be adding free DLC to this game with a whole new chapter based on the wind element and a whole new lore to fight. This will be coming somewhere down the line with no expected date. There's plenty in this game to experience, and the time I put into it was definitely worth it. You can find this game on Steam, Xbox One, PS4, and the Switch, all for $15.99. $15.99. So calculate that how you need to for wherever you're based. It was an absolute blast playing through this game and getting the opportunity to share it with all you guys. Let me know what you think about it and if it interests you in the comments down below. If you want to see some gameplay of it, let me know. I wouldn't mind uploading a couple of runs myself or give you a walkthrough run if you guys need help with some runs that you're trying for yourself. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more daily gaming content and hit that notification bell to be notified when I release my next video. And as always, good game.